The internet is decoupling news from its revenue source. What do I mean by that? Well, the primary revenue source for journalism in America is advertising. Newspapers get 80% of their revenue from advertising, only 20% from subscriptions. And television is 100% advertising, except for cable, which is 50% advertising and 50% subscription. On the internet, there are no subscriptions, so there goes 20% of your revenue. And more importantly, for newspapers, and more importantly, the internet is turning out to be a bad platform for delivering advertising to consumers for a variety of reasons. One is you don't need the news to reach consumers. If you're Best Buy or you're selling computers or televisions or cars or anything else, I don't need to buy an ad on a TV newscast online to reach consumers. I just need to have my website organized in such a way that it's going to come up high in a search, and you can go directly to the BMW website and build your BMW and check out the financing and everything else. You could even order it online. The same is true of Best Buy. All those things that are in the Sunday newspaper that sort of fall out, all those inserts that have all that detail and tell you exactly what's on sale and everything. I don't need to wait for Sunday anymore. I can go there at 2 in the morning in my pajamas and find out that information. So that's decoupled advertising news. Another thing that's decoupled advertising news is that in a newspaper, if I had a New York Times here, I pull out a full-page ad that is got a lot of information on it. That J&R Computers ad with all those pictures of all that stuff and all that detailed pricing information, or a full-page ad that's like a petition, a letter there, and you read it, it's got a big message, and you're stunned by how big it is because they spent $70 grand to buy that ad, and it's staring at you. It's like a whole page. It's like another page of news. That whole experience of the full-page ad in the newspaper doesn't exist on it. What you have is a pop-up ad, and you're trying to get that, you're hunting and gathering, you've just called the link, and finally your story's going to pop up, and you're going to see if it answers your question, and there's a pop-up ad. So what's the first thing you do? You look for the skip this advertisement, X, and you click it away. The way that people interact with advertising in the newspaper is drastically different than the way they interact with it online. Online, it's perceived to be a nuisance, and they want it to go away. And in a newspaper, when you open the page and you have the whole ability to do display and lay it out, consumers view advertising online, in print, as content. They like it. And online they don't. Where the money is made on the internet is through search ads. Search ads are basically going to Google because that's the search engine, and they're not going to the news content, which is what you click on when you get there. It's the aggregator, Google, who's benefiting from search ads, not the content producers. So there is no revenue model to sustain journalism yet online. And if that model exists, or can be developed, it's probably not going to be traditional advertising, certainly not retail advertising. So imagine that you're in a business where you made your money through, well, this is the crude analogy that everybody uses, but let's say you're a wagon maker and you made your money selling wagons to people that were pulled by horses. And now people are driving cars. And you have to decide, can you make your wagons into cars and put engines on them? Because that's what you're going to have to do to make money. The reason the analogy is rough is that in the news business, we don't actually make our money from our consumer. We make our money from our advertiser, and we rent our consumer to the advertiser. So it's a kind of triangle arrangement. We need some other way to rent the audience. We need to rent them to other people, or rent them to people with selling goods and services, not for the advertising, but maybe for the actual purchase. We don't know, but the news business needs to invent a new revenue model if it's going to survive. If it doesn't, then what you're going to have is a dramatically shrunken kind of journalism. I don't know what it'll look like in television, but in print, there are some cost savings associated with going online, which I'll just mention and then I'll stop. The cost savings are that 40% of your costs, roughly, in a newspaper are tied up in printing and then distributing the newspaper rather than people's houses from their home. If you don't do that, if you just have an online newspaper, you'll save 40% of your costs. Well, that's great, right? Solves the problem? No, it doesn't solve the problem. And the reason it doesn't is because you're making 80% or 85% of your revenue in print. So if you eliminate 40% of your costs, but lose 80% of your revenue, then math, even I can tell with my bad math that math doesn't add up. So if we get to the point where we don't develop a new economic model and we just have online websites, what you're going to have are newsrooms that are 40% of the size of a newsroom today. And that's going to mean that a lot of what happens in American life is going to occur in the shadows, and we're not going to know.